Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. We're going to talk about cancellation rates in real estate because it's right now, it's a big deal. It's going to get worse, right? As real estate prices are coming up and people FOMO'd into the real estate market, they dove in and they wanted to buy something, but they didn't think as they were buying new real estate that was being built, right? Brand new homes that were being built by developers. They were super excited to lock in those rates, the price of the home, because it was the first tract development or the second development or third, and they knew that every time a new tract of homes went up, that their home that they were buying would go up in value. So they would go in, lock in the price of the home, start waiting, just picking out all their paints, their tiles and all that stuff. And then what happened was the interest rates started to go up, and they started to go up. Well, the problem was when you go to buy a new house from a large builder like Toll Brothers and Lennar, you lock in the price, but you don't get to lock in the mortgage rate. That doesn't happen until about 30 days prior to the closing, the completion of the home. So a lot of people went out, and I'm going to tell you a story about me that happened during the Great Recession in a luxury condo I bought. But people are starting to cancel in droves right now. Why? Well, because a lot of these companies like Lennar, if you go on their website, you can see, or Midland Pacific, you could see the price of the home and then a line through it and a sale price, 5 or 10% less. And a lot of these buyers that locked in their homes 6 months, 8 months, even a year ago, and they're still waiting because of supply chain disruptions, they haven't been able to lock in their mortgage rate. Their mortgage rates are exploding, and they were expecting to pay X for their home payment. Now it's X times, 0.25 or 0.5 or 3/4 more. It's insane. And so they're going, well, why would I buy this when first off, I didn't want to pay that kind of payment in the first place? And then these guys over here are buying the house cheaper than I locked in. So they're completely walking away. So real quick, it says cancellation rates among home buyers are the highest they have been in several years, according to data from the National Association of Realtors. About 7% of contracts were terminated between March and May of 2022. That's up 5% in April of 2021. So now think about this. That data coming out of the National Association of Realtors was back in the spring. Now think about how high mortgage rates have gone since then. The truth is, compared to last spring, cancellations have exploded. And because it's getting worse and worse and worse, the companies need to keep taking their money, their prices, and diving them lower to accommodate the higher interest rates, the higher mortgage rates. So let me tell you a story about what happened to me. I bought a luxury condominium in Lake Havasu, Arizona, back in mid-2004. I bought this. It was the first track. It was a really high-end luxury condominium, lake view, absolutely gorgeous, gated community. And I bought it for me and my family to be able to enjoy. We locked in the rate. And the Federal Reserve had not yet started raising rates in its entirety. They really started moving about a month or two after I put in my deposit. I put in a $10,000 deposit, locked in the price of the condominium, and off we waited. We just literally sat there. We picked out all of our stuff, all of our trims, and they started building the condo. It was going to take about a year to complete. And while that was happening, I was watching rates go up. And now I could have made the payment, and that wasn't the thing. What I started to see was I saw the opposite. I saw all of these other homes starting to have issues selling, hitting the market. And I'm going, oh man, I think we're hitting a real estate top here. Because as those rates went up, people had a hard time in that town selling their already built properties. And I said, if I want to get out of this, I don't have an exit strategy. And so me and my wife had to make the difficult decision of walking away. Now at the time, we walked away completely from that $10,000 down payment because it said very clearly, you forfeit this down payment if you decide not to buy the house. Now looking back on it, sorry about the wind guys, there were options out there that I could have used to get my deposit back. One of which is having in your contract a solid statement in there that says this purchase of this home is contingent on being able to finance the home. And as interest rates go up, it's easy to have an issue getting a lending for a home. So that would have been one great way for me to get out of buying that house and getting my my money back. But at the time, me and my wife said, you know what, we're gonna walk away because we're making the decision, the conscious decision, because of the real estate values. We let them keep the down payment. I didn't even argue it with them. And I look back on that, and that was one of the best things I could have ever done because I made that $10,000 back 10 times by buying real estate on the other side of that market swing down. All right, I was able to buy a couple fixers and at a totally different valuation and really make my money back. So I was more happy, I was happier giving them back the $10,000, said, oh, you know what, sorry, this isn't gonna work for me, and I made money on the other side. But for you guys that are looking at getting into a brand new construction, one thing you wanna make sure that you have in your documentation is that this purchase is contingent on you being able to find financing. And in that contract, you should state the parameters of that financing, a 30-year fixed loan or whatever you want, and the interest rate, because that gives you an out. If you even said, and they sign on, you say, this is contingent on me getting a 30-year fixed rate on this house that's, let's say, $500,000, and getting a loan that is equal to or less than 7.5% interest rate. If interest rates go past that, you've got your out. If they sign on the dotted line along with that and accept your offer, that is a really good way to protect your earnest money, or the money that you put down to have that house built. All right, guys, hope you got something out of this. This is a new channel. It's called The Real Estate Ninja. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up for me. It really helped me out. And it's a backup channel to the Economic Ninja. All right, guys, that being said, The Real Estate Ninja is out.